your goal is to simply lose weight, then chances are you may just end up even fatter than when you started. Once people finally get to the point where they realize they put on a lot of fat and need to do something about it, the goal is to just get the weight off as soon as possible. And the problem with this is the whole instant gratification that everyone wants nowadays. Even though it took maybe 5 years to put on that 50 extra pounds, you want it off in less than 6 months or 6 weeks. You want it off yesterday. And so people turn to crash diets, fad diets, all this stuff to try to drop the weight as soon as possible. And the reason that is a problem is because people focus on losing weight, but you don't really want to just lose weight, because there are a lot of different ways to lose weight. You can lose fat, which that is what people should focus on. I want to lose as much fat as possible. You can lose water, which happens a lot with keto diets. You cut out carbs, you drop a lot of water. And then there comes muscle. When you get into a really steep calorie deficit, more than, I say 1% of your body weight per week at the high end, then you're gonna start digging into your muscle. So not only are you losing fat, but you're also losing muscle, which is something you don't wanna do because your muscles are a big driver of your metabolism. So the less muscle you have, the less food you need to maintain that. The higher muscle you have, the more food you can eat and maintain your physique. So just to give you a little example, let's say someone is 250 pounds and at 30% body fat. So that gives you about 75 pounds of fat to lose. They think, okay, I want to lose 50 pounds of fat. That's ideally, I want to lose 50 pounds of fat. And so that'll put me at 200 pounds, the end of my cut, with 25 pounds of fat left. And that would put you at 12.5% body fat, which that is really in shape. That's more, or I guess lower than you need to be healthy. You'll probably be seeing abs. Your muscles will look quite defined at that point, and you'll be looking really good. So this person goes into a steep cut. They're trying to lose 4 to 5 pounds a week and doing that over, a 10-week period, 10 to 12 weeks, something like that. And then you hit the goal and you're doing tons of cardio every day, super restrictive diet, cutting out carbs, cutting out sweets, cutting out everything. And you get to that end goal and you look in the mirror and you're like, I don't look as cut as I thought I would. But what happened was, yeah, you lost 50 pounds of weight, but you didn't actually lose 50 pounds of fat. What happened was you lost 25 pounds of fat, and then you also lost 25 pounds of muscle, which that's kind of extreme, but just to show you the numbers and what's gonna happen when this yo-yo dieting starts from this extreme diet. So you end up at 200 pounds with actually 50 pounds of fat left rather than only 25, and that puts you at only 25% body fat, which is still pretty much in the obese category for men. And you're like, I can't see my muscles, I still look fat, even though I lost 50 pounds. What is going on? This didn't work. And then because of the crazy diet, all the cardio, all the restrictions, it's like, I want pizza, I want ice cream, I want all this stuff, and you go totally off plan because what you did was unsustainable. And then you gain 25 pounds back. So, halfway back to where you were, and you think, well, 25 pounds, that's not too bad. It's only 225. I'm still less than when I started. No big deal. But if you had 50 pounds of fat on you still, and then you gain 25 pounds back, well, now you're at 225 pounds and 33% body fat. So your body fat percentage is actually higher than when you started because the extra 25 pounds was muscle that you lost. And then you think, okay, I'm gonna get back in the mindset. I gained some weight back. So I'm gonna drop back down to 200 again, and you start a crash diet, and then you end up losing, let's say, 15 pounds of fat, and you lose another 10 pounds of muscle. So now you're down to 60 pounds of fat on you at 200 pounds, and now you're at 30% body fat. That's where you were when you started. You were at 250 pounds and 30%. Now you're at 200 pounds and 30% because you keep doing crash diets and losing muscle in the process, and you're like, I still don't look how I thought I would. What's going on? Well, that is the problem. And this is extreme. You're not gonna lose that much muscle, but just to show you, then what happens, you gain some weight back because you did this crazy restrictive diet. Then you lose it again as fast as you can because you want the fat off yesterday. And each time you crash diet, you lose more muscle. Then you gain back, and what you gain back is fat. Then you go on a crash diet again. You lose a bunch of fat and muscle, then you gain fat back. So what is the point of all this? The goal should be to focus on losing fat, and the way you need to do that is to maintain a reasonable and realistic diet plan. So 1% of your body weight, if you're just looking at dropping weight per week at the most. So, You know, if you're 500 pounds, yeah, sure, losing 5 pounds a week, that's not going to hurt you because you have a lot of fat to lose and you will drop a lot of fat. But if you're 250 pounds, you shouldn't go for more than 2.5 pounds in a week. And as your body weight goes down, you get to 200 pounds, hey, 2 pounds a week at the max. 150 pounds, 1.5. And to me, if I'm cutting it all, 1 pound a week, that is good. You might think, oh, that's gonna take me a year to lose 50 pounds. But here's the deal. You make sustainable diet and lifestyle changes. I've talked about this all the time in videos. I have lots of recipe videos, ways to eat fast food, where it's not, you can still eat things and it's not gonna kill you. It's not gonna kill your diet. You just have to make good choices when it comes to calories in versus calories out. So don't just focus only on the scale. Also look at the mirror. One of the things I say a lot to people is take pictures of yourself every few months, take measurements, because you can compare, okay, I look smaller in my pictures, sweet. You're looking in the mirror, see yourself every day, you might not notice the changes, but you look at the pictures every few months, okay, I'm making good progress. Yeah, the scale went down, and okay, yeah, I look leaner. It's not just the scale went down, but I don't really see a big difference. And measurements too, you know, maybe the scale went down, but your waist measurement didn't really go down that much because you're dieting too fast and you're losing muscle too. And so there's still fat there and there's muscle gone underneath. So just some examples of that, but the big thing is to get a realistic diet plan where you have a small calorie deficit, and if you pick the right foods, you might not even feel like you are in a deficit because you're feeling full because you're eating voluminous foods that are healthy for you. And then you add in your exercise, because you can actually lose weight without any exercise just by restricting food. But exercising is good for your body. For one, cardio, that's good for your heart, and that's gonna help you get into a deficit too and be able to eat more food. So you think, oh, I don't wanna waste my time with cardio if I'm just gonna eat more food, but it's about your heart and making yourself healthier. So you can eat more food to fuel yourself, you get more nutrients that way, and you're more full that way, and then you do the cardio and you're improving your overall cardiovascular system and getting healthier. But then also resistance training, working your muscles, giving your body a reason to hold on to that muscle and cut the fat off of you instead of just cutting muscle too, because you don't use it. So if you're pushing yourself hard in the gym, then that's gonna make a big difference. But sustainable exercise programs, just like with the diet programs, because if you go and say, okay, I'm gonna hit the gym every single day, you're gonna burn out if you're not used to it. Start with 2 days a week, or maybe 3 days. You know, 2 days you go and do some kind of full body workout. I've got a plan on the video for beginners. I can show you that it's based on most equipment that most gyms have. And then do a day of cardio, you know, up to an hour or something. Start out walking on a treadmill or riding a bike slow, and then do it for 30 minutes. And then next time, maybe add 5 minutes and go a little faster. Make it more difficult for yourself and track your progress so you can improve. And then if you end up liking something, you find maybe I like swimming or biking or rowing, pick one of those things and try to progress in it. And the same with the weights. You find out, oh, I like doing weightlifting workouts, and you can split up to where you're doing upper and lower body 2 times a week. So that's 4 workouts. Or if you really like it, like I work out every day pretty much. I do a 3-day split. I do legs, push, pull, and I have that on the channel as well with what I currently do. And then I usually do a cardio day, then I do it again. So I'm just cycling through all that, and it works out. And the great thing is, once you get down to the weight you want, it's not like, what do I do now? Because if you don't cut out every single thing, you're not super restrictive, you learn how to make good alternatives to things, then you've made lifestyle changes. You get to that weight, all that changes is you get to eat more to maintain the weight that you want. So right now, I'm eating as much as I need to be full, I'm maintaining my physique, I'm doing my exercises, progressing and all that stuff, and it works out. Instead of getting to that weight you want and then being like, oh, I can finally eat again and not work out as much, so then you work out less and eat more, then gain the weight, then you're like, oh, what am I doing? I was in such good shape, and then the yo-yo diet cycle continues. So make sustainable changes, don't yo-yo diet. Think about what you're doing and what your real goal should be. Not just dropping weight, but dropping fat, if losing fat or weight is your goal. But if you have questions about what I'm talking about, post them down in the comments. Love to hear what you think about that or what your experiences may be. Check out @Camber Fitness Instagram. Gonna be posting there more often. I haven't done much in the last couple weeks because my wife was gone last week and I had all the kids and myself, and let me tell you, that is a tough job that she does when I'm gone. And if you see me peeling looking like a snake here, it's because I built a swing set for the kids last week. Didn't think about sunblock, and I was thinking, oh, I'll get a nice tan, and yeah, I did get tan, but I got quite red too. So anyways, that's a whole nother story. I'll see you guys in the next one.